Farland and Jazz, the sons of the great Earth King Gaborn, are now living as fugitives in their own kingdom. Their former home has been invaded and secretly controlled by a supernatural being of ultimate evil. The sons are biding their time until they can regain their rightful places in the land. Hello and welcome to Liam's Lyceum. I'm your host Liam, aka Hemvar, and today I'll be doing a spoiler-free review of David Farland's Worldbinder. Worldbinder is a 2007 epic fantasy novel by David Farland and book 6 in the Runelords series, or book 2 in the second arc of that series, or book 1 if you want to look at it a certain way, if you look at the 5th book as like a transition book. We do get some prep in book 5 in Sons of the Oak for what's going to happen here. Is this the true arrival of the multiverse for this series? Because I had heard about it for a while. Since the one true world shattered sometime long ago, many shadows existed in tandem, and these worlds can be bound together. It's honestly a very ambitious move, reshaping the world similar to how the world ends in the Elric stories by Michael Moorcock. There's some weird results beyond death. For example, those who were standing in the same place on separate worlds, when they came together, those people fused together. It starts with Shadowrath seeing a tree as a danger at Castle Corm. A servant of hers wants to be made into a locust, and she deems him evil enough, but she isn't sure that she'll grant his wish still. Farland finds that the course of tides were ruined. It seems to be a year since the last book, and by the end then was several years after the rest of the book had taken place. Mysteria has been attacked by many foes after the death of the Earth King, but his sons escaped, though barely. Their people did not. He explores their old ruin to find something worth physically and from memory, and he is disappointed. Dalen Hammer finally comes into the picture, being mentioned in the first books, and an object of questing for others. He also new enemies arise, particularly are the Stern Kings that replace the Reavers from the first series. These are not as alien, maybe easier to imagine. Of course, we still have the cosmic enemies. Lady Despair is one of these new enemies, leading the Wormlings against the 40,000 humans left on that world. And these humans are gigantic and use different magic and, of course, had a different history. We also see some old faces, Waggett for one, Rihanna for another. And overall, this is how do I say it, like, not my favorite in the series, but very wild and a very drastic turn for the series. In the first 3 or 4 books, you get like a very standard epic fantasy with some magic that's bordering on hard magic, definitely more so than Robert Jordan's Magic and Wheel of Time, but also being very fast-paced and not slow build-up like a lot of epic fantasy is. And then the 5th book is very different, and then this one's even more different. And the world-binding aspect of the novel, which is obviously very central to it, hence the title of the book, is very cool, and I think Farland does a pretty good job of pulling it off. It's got this great mix of emotions, right? Because it's terrifying, but there's a lot of good stuff going on in the world, but a lot of bad things as well. And some characters will die here, but that's always been the case in the Runelords, right? It's pretty brutal at times, very fast paced. Lots of bad things happen, but some good things happen as well. And it's a very sweet book. There's a nice feeling to it, even though there's great evils, so to speak. But anyways, I'll catch you next time.